Boys play with dolls. Girls play with trucks. What's there to be shy about? Break the toy stereotypes. Hello everyone. Today I'd like to share with you a story that I believe anyone who's a parent or about to become one will find relatable. It's about how we sometimes unintentionally place limits on our kids just because of what society calls norms. Have you ever wondered, is it okay if my son likes playing with dolls? Or if my daughter is obsessed with trucks? I recently read a fascinating article by a parenting expert, and I want to retell it to you in my own words. With my genuine emotions, like a friend chatting with you. Let's dive into it step by step. What are stereotypes? And why are they everywhere? Friends, first imagine a typical day. You're out on the street and see a woman riding a lead scooter slowly. Do you immediately think, yeah, women really aren't good at driving? Or when you see a guy crying because he's sad, do you briefly think, what kind of man cries like that? That's a stereotype. Those broad assumptions society assigns to a group based on gender, hometown, appearance, or even education. I think stereotypes can sometimes be handy, helping us quickly make sense of a situation. But if we let them run wild in our heads unchecked, they turn into biases, distorting how we see everything. I used to think overseas students were always better than those who studied locally. But then I met some friends who studied in Vietnam and were absolutely brilliant. I was like, wait, I got that totally wrong. So, understanding what stereotypes are and how they work can keep us more aware. Especially when it comes to raising kids. Gender stereotypes. Invisible pressure from a young age. Now, I want to talk about something closer to home. Gender stereotypes. Do you remember when we were kids? How adults would say girls should be gentle and well-mannered while boys had to be strong and masculine. I grew up with those words too. And looking back, it's both funny and thought-provoking. Why can't boys cry or be gentle? Why can't girls be strong or dream of being lawyers or entrepreneurs? I once saw a little boy get teased by his friends for liking dolls. And he was so embarrassed he didn't dare touch his favorite toy again. Or a girl whose mom scolded her for wanting to play with a remote control car, saying, "Girls don't play with boys' toys." It broke my heart to hear that. These rigid stereotypes don't just limit our kids. They put invisible pressure on both them and us as adults. Men have to be breadwinners, pillars of strength, never weak. Women have to stay home, be gentle, not too ambitious. It's exhausting, right? I just want my kids to grow up without carrying those unreasonable burdens. Toys and the story of gender bias. Friends, let me ask you honestly, do you think dolls are only for girls and trucks are only for boys? I used to think that way until I learned something really interesting. Play is the main way young kids learn and grow. When they get to play with all kinds of toys, from soft dolls to sturdy trucks, they develop motor skills, imagination, communication, and even emotional awareness. The more diverse the toys, the richer their growth. Yet, from as young as 2 or 3, kids are already being told, "This isn't for you. You're a boy, girl." It makes me feel so sorry for them. If boys can't play with dolls, how will they learn to care or share their feelings? If girls can't play with vehicles, how will they explore strength and independence? I once saw a neighbor's boy hugging a doll while playing so happily, only to be yelled at by his dad. What kind of boy plays with that weird stuff? I wanted to run over and say, "What's so weird about it? If he likes it, let him play." Studies even say that if left alone, kids will spend about a third of their time choosing opposite gender toys. Boys liking dolls, girls loving superheroes. It's totally normal. So why ban it? Letting kids freely choose toys. Freedom to be themselves. Did you know that when kids are born, they don't have a clue about gender norms? All those ideas about boys should be like this, girls should be like that, come from us adults teaching them. And who teaches them first? It's through the toys we give them. But honestly, in this day and age, I think it's time to ditch the pink for girls, blue for boys mindset. Toys are just toys. Why do we need to draw lines? I remember when my daughter wanted to play with a truck. I got her a bright red one. She had a blast, pretending to be a driver hauling goods around the world. Then my youngest son loved dolls. He'd hug them and sleep so peacefully, like they were his best friends. Seeing my kids so happy, I told myself, yep, let them play with whatever they like. As they grow, they'll be confident being themselves, not forced to fit someone else's mold. Toy companies sometimes fuel these biases, marketing dolls to girls and superheroes to boys. But as parents, I say let's let our kids choose freely. Whether it's dolls or trucks. What's the big deal? Friends, I'm speaking from the heart here. Being a parent isn't easy. But I truly believe the most important thing is letting our kids be themselves. Don't let rigid stereotypes tie them down. And don't let biases limit their dreams. Boys playing with dolls, girls playing with trucks, it's not strange at all. It's just kids exploring the world in their own way. So next time your kid asks for a toy that's not for their gender, just smile and support them. Because when they're happy, we're happy, and that's enough. Right?